safe, fire. The moment I put my finger on the trigger, this becomes ultimately a decision to end a life or hit an intended target. So with that, I can show you guys how a trigger functions, how it feels, that kind of fun stuff. But at the end of the day, unless you're doing this for an educational purpose, unless you're dry firing and practicing, unless you're at a safe environment in a range, something along those lines, it's best to keep it on safe and your finger off the trigger. Typically, you have to have 3 things line up in order for there to be a really bad situation. Your muzzle has to be pointed at something you don't want it to be pointed at. Your weapon has to be on safe when you don't intend it to be on safe. And your finger has to depress the trigger when you're not ready for it to go bang. Typically, if one of those things isn't, I guess, wrong, you're typically pretty safe, right? But we want to avoid any type of negligent discharge. With that, the next thing to take into consideration when it comes to safety, after treating every weapon as if it's loaded, after making sure that your muzzle doesn't clear anything you don't intend to destroy, after making sure that your firearm's on safe and your finger is straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire, is to know your target and what lies behind it. Because at any point in time, a projectile, a bullet can go through your intended target and all of a sudden, well, you're liable, put it that way. Every time you pull the trigger of a firearm, think about it as there's a lawyer attached to it.